Hello friends, today I'm going to show you how to build SQL Server 2022 DBA real-time home lab in VMware Workstation. So before proceeding this, we need minimum hardware requirements to build this in your home laptop. First, virtualization support has to be there in your BIOS, 8 GB RAM. Okay, minimum 8 GB RAM. Okay, 2.5 GB processor or more, 500 GB hard disk or 1 TB, and that preferable should be SSD. Okay, why? Because the practical will go very longer. So coming to this is the hardware requirements. Coming to software requirements, we need 64-bit OS, either starting from Windows 7, 8, 10 or 11. Okay, so any VMware workstation or Hyper-V or VirtualBox. So I'm addicted to the VMware workstation. I'm showing all these in VMware workstation. You can do this in Hyper-V as well and Virtual Oracle VirtualBox as well. So coming to SQL Server 2022 and Windows Server 2022. So here coming to my environment, I am having 32 GB RAM, 1 TB SSD hard disk and also 1 TB normal hard disk. So I am having Intel CPU with physical cores and virtual support is also enabled. So all virtual physical cores will be converted into virtual cores. So as in double. So 4 into 2 is equal to 8. So I am having totally 8 cores now. So I'm using Windows 10 64-bit OS and VMware Workstation 17 Pro. Okay, so this is the environment I am going to build. So this is my Active Directory, this is my member server, and this is the member server of Node 2. Okay, so here 4 GB, 8 GB, 8 GB. So this is the 50 GB I'm going to give in the bridge. 1, 2 in bridge. So these are the node 1 and node 2 are going to part of the cluster. So I'm for private heartbeat. Okay, I'm giving another NIC card with a different IP address so that on these two address these nodes are will communicate each other. Okay, for error free troubleshooting, so all members should be part of the domain, firewall should be off. We need to check the communication between domain and member servers, and we need to check the Nslookup is working or not. We need to check that, and vice versa IP. And we need to log in with the domain administrator or user which are having domain privileges everywhere so that we don't encounter any errors. After that, first we need to enable virtualization in the BIOS. We need to install VMware Workstation and we need to deploy 3 OS. After deploying OS, we need to install VMware tools. So since we are installing on the VMware, so this is the we need to install that. So we need to disable IPv6 and configure IPv6 as shown in the demo video picture. So we need to install extra network adapter for node 2 and node 3 for heartbeat purpose. We need to install Active Directory and configure forward lookup zone recovery zone in domain OS. So we need to disable the password complexity policy in domain. This is an optional. Why? Because since it all OS are configured under control of mine, so I don't want to enter complex password, very big password and again. So we need to disable the public private IP address domain firewalls. Okay, once you added the node member servers into domain, so one more firewall will get added, that is called domain firewall. We need to disable that. So we need to disable the private firewalls in node 1, node 2. Okay, join the node 1 and node 2 to the part of the domain, and we need to disable the firewall. Okay, firewall rule in node 1 and node 2. So we need to install .NET 3.5 framework in node 1 and node 2. So since we don't have much servers, so I am installing ISKC target server and create virtual hard disk in node in the domain OS only. We need to connect ISKC target and initiator and I send drive letters, and drive letters should be same in node 1 and node 2. So we need to install clustering feature in node 1 and node 2. So we need to install cluster automation server feature in node 1 and node 2 as well for active cluster only. If you don't want to build active cluster, then no need to install 17th step. So we need to install SSMS for node 1 and node 2. We need to install standalone SQL Server in Hyderabad SQL 22 Hyderabad 01 in node 1 and 02 in node 2. So we need to enable always on feature on both standalone instances in node 1 and node 2 and configure always on. So once we build always on, we need to create the validate and cluster. So we need to node 1 and node 2. Okay, now install SQL Server with our node cluster options. Node 2, install SQL cluster in node 1, node 2, install SQL Server with add a node cluster option in second node. This works as an active SQL cluster. So you can restore any sample database for adventure works for replication practicals. Once we done, we need to configure log shipping, mirroring, transactional replication. So this is all about the overview about what I am going to do right now. Okay, so coming to that, so once you restart the PC or any your laptop, so you need to enter F2 or F11 or F8 or escape or delete button. All these options are specific to the vendor. Some companies will support F12, some companies will support F2. All these options, when you restart, you will get to know. So once you restart the PC and you enter respective button function keys, you will enter into a BIOS. So once you enter into BIOS, we have an option called if you are having Intel CPU only. If you don't have Intel CPU apart from others, no need to do this step. Okay. So once you need to go to the advanced options, Intel virtual technology, you need to enable that. So once you enable this option and restart your PC, once you restart your PC, just go to Task Manager, come to here performance, see, select the CPU. Here you are able to see that virtualization is enabled. So I'm having one socket, four physical cores, eight logical CPU. These are L12 cache, L13 cache, L3 cache. So base speed is 2.80 gigahertz. Okay. Coming to memory, I'm having 32 GB RAM for my in this laptop. Yeah, in that four slots are there. In that I am using only two slots. In one slot 16 GB is used. Okay. So here this coming to disk. Okay. I'm using this disk as I'm you can see that 1 TB hard disk here, type SSD hard disk. Okay. If you come to here, see, this is the normal hard disk. So this is the GPU and an Intel integrated GPU, and it is dedicated NVIDIA graphic card. So these two are not required for us. Okay. So this is all about my environment. Now we will see how to install VMware Workstation in Windows 10 for the practical. Open files. So select VMware Workstation. Right click on this. Click Run as Administrator. So I'm using my serial key. You can use your own serial key. Okay, and next, I accept the terms and in license agreement. Click next. Hey, this option has to be select. Okay, select the option enhance keyboard driver. Press next. These are not required. Uncheck these two check boxes. Click next. Next, install. Press license. Here, paste your own license. Press enter. Press restart PC. Since I am recording this video, so I will stop as of now. No here. Once you restart your system, open VMware Workstation Probo. Select new virtual machine option. Select custom advanced. Next, next. Select I will install operating system later. Next, here you need to select which operating system you are going to install. I am going to install Windows Server 2022. Press next. Here I am going to give the DC name. Click browse. I am going to install here 2022. Again new folder DC. Press OK. Next, select BIOS. Next, next. Give 4 GB RAM. So I am having 32 GB RAM, so I am giving 4. Next, select bridge. Next, next, next. Create new art. Give 200 GB. Okay. Next, next. So finish. we have configured PC, but we are not just like this is like just like building a hardware. After that, we need to install OS and everything, right? So click Edit Virtual Machine, go to CD, select USO ISO image file, click Browse, uh, go to Desktop, Files, select SQL Server 2022 OS, click OK. Now power on this virtual machine. Select new next option here, install. Select data center desktop experience here. Click next. Select the accept Microsoft license and terms. Click proceed to next. Select custom. Click new. Apply. Here type the password. Yeah, we have successfully installed Windows Server. Okay, now we need to install VMware tools just like drivers. After installing the OS, we need to install specific drivers. So the same way we have installed Windows Server 2022 on VMware hardware. So that's why we need to install VMware tools as a drivers. Okay, press Alt Control 3. Give the password. Select VM. Select S here. Select don't show this message again. Minimize the server option. Go to VMware. Install VMware tools. So once you've done that, you will get the DVD option here. Select here VMware setup 4. Select as run as administrator. Next, select the complete option. Press next, install. So you need to restart the PC. Press yes. I'm taking the full screen mode. So select firewall, firewall.cpl. Turn off that. Why? Because for error-free troubleshooting in real time, we are enable the respective ports through firewall. Okay, and open server manager here. Click manage, add new roles and features. Uh, to proceed note and next. So this is the name currently this PC is there. So I need to rename it as a DC for easy purpose. For meanwhile, I didn't assign the IP addresses, right? So press ncpa.cpl and check the IP v6. select IPv4, select properties. Here give 10.10.0.0.50, 10.0.0.50. Okay, press OK. You will get this IP. No need to worry at all. Okay, now see the what is the name we are having for this. Rename this PC. Change. So I want to name it as a DC. Select OK. Restart later. So open select server manager. Select add new roles. Next. Still the name it is there, no problem. Next. Select Active Directory domain services. Okay. Select ISKC target server. Next. So it is not required all here. Next. Finish. We are going to install the features which are related to the domain services and as well as SAN services. So request successfully completed. Press next. So we have renamed the PC, but that change has not went, not yet committed. So we need to restart for that. Select plan, press next. Select the flag symbol here. Promote this server to domain controller. Select this option. Select add new forest. Come here, type abc.com. He can give any name. Okay. Press next. Give the password for directories and services restore mode. Here, enter the password. Select the firewall. Go to firewall and here once you added make it domain, it will domain firewall will become. We need to turn off that one as well. So open command prompt and check the IP. So I'm getting 10.10.50. Okay. Now go to check is that same or not. In why? Because sometimes it will go in loop mode. See 127.0.0.1. Now we need to convert as a 10.50. Okay. Now it's good. Okay, now see the adapter. What is this? Is it bridge mode or not? Yes, it's bridge mode. Okay, so this is the domain. Now what I'm going to do is here is now go to tools, select group policy management, expand forest.com, expand domains, select default, select default domain policy, click edit, select policies, select window settings, select security settings, here account policies, here password policy. So here what I want to do is I want to disable the complexity. Select disable, press OK. Minimum password length is 0. Okay. Uh, 24 passwords I need to I will kept as a 2. So I don't want, why? Because all these are mine only, right? So I don't want to keep on enter the main policies. So minimize this. Open now. Open command prompt with run as administrator mode. Type gp update /force. So computer policy has been updated successfully. User policy update has been completed successfully. Now open server manager. Click on tools. Go active directory users and computers. Select administrator here. Reset password. Type 123. So that whenever I want to enter the password, I can easily enter. Unlock this account. It's not required. Press OK. So now whatever the password is there, it is like 123 only. No need to enter the complexity 1. Now open the server manager again. Now click on tools. Click on DNS. Expand DC. So this is the abc.com. Okay. Now select reverse lookup zone here. Click next. 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 Allow both non-secure and secure dynamic updates. Click next. So here what it means. Now go to abc.com. Select this PC. Update associate pointer record. Press OK. See, the pointer record got updated. Now again I am open DNS once again and try to restart the DNS. Okay, I have created forward lookup zones will be already there, and I have created reverse lookup zone. So as of now, the domain control is ready. Okay, minimize, go to home again. Now try to create node 1 and node 2. Click node, select next, next. Here node 2, here node 1. Click browse. Select BIOS, next, keep the 8 GB, next, use the bridge, set 100 or 80 is, 60 is enough. Okay, now go and create the node 1 as node 2 as well. Next, type here node 2, U8 GB, select bridge network ingress, next, finish. So we have built two physical servers, just like it is, we have assigned all the CPU, RAM, everything, but we need to install the OS now. Select node 1, edit virtual machine, go to CD drive, use ISO image, click browse, uh, go to desktop and files, select, press OK, and power on this virtual machine. Go to node 2, edit virtual machine, go to CD drive, use ISO image, go desktop files, power on this virtual machine. Go to node 1, click next, install now. Now go to node 2, it is also in progress. Next, select desktop experience. I am doing this for node 2. Now enter the password. Press finish. Still node 2 has to come. Provide the password. Select VM. Select install VMware tools. Click on rename. Change here node 1. Press OK. Now you can restart the PC. Now go to node 2. Provide the password. Go to node 1 settings, select network adapter, click add, select network adapter, finish, keep that in NAT only. Node 2 settings, select add, network adapter, finish, keep that in NAT only, press OK. Select VM, install VMware tools. Open Windows Explorer, select D drive here, select change PC here, type node 2. Go to node 1, provide the password, type firewall.cpl, okay. Now go to ncpa.cpl, so disable IPv6, select IPv4 properties, here give 10.10.0.0.50, 10.0.0. Sorry, 10.0.0.1 here, 50 here. This is the domain IP address. Go to the disable IPv6, click OK. Again go to properties, select IPv4, select here 192 168.1.1. Again, go to node 2 for the password. So turn off the firewall.cpl. and cpa.cpl. Select properties. Disable IPv6. Select IPv4 properties. 10.0.0.2, 10.0.0.50. Network routers. Disable IPv6 properties here. 192.168. So these are not required. So this is the private IP address which is for cluster network. Okay. Now go to node 1. Open this properties. Rename this PC advanced. Click change here and type abc.com. Type administrator@abc.com. Type 123. Password is 123. This is the advantage of disabling the password complexity. Yeah, successfully added node 1 into domain. So we can restart now, no problem. Now go to properties. Right click on rename this PC, change here abc.com. abc.com. Type administrator@abc.com. 123. Press OK. So welcome to abc.com. Now we have added node 2 as well in to domain. Restart it now. So now meanwhile go to node 1. So now here click on other user. Type administrator@abc.com. So from now on, once you added it to domain, you need to add that user as well into this domain. Now open firewall.cpl. Now turn off that firewall, domain firewall. Now go to node 2. Again click on other user here, administrator at the rate of abc.com. 123. Now type firewall.cpl. Yeah, we have disabled firewall as well in this. So just cross check here once again. Hmm, yeah, all are turned off. Now go to node 1, go to settings here. So go to CD DVD, select OK. This one is in load. OK, open. Now go to node 1, add roles. Next, next, next. Here we need to select .NET 3.5 framework. Select failure clustering feature here. Remote admin, select expand this. Here failure clustering. We need to select failover cluster automation feature. Press next. So we need to specify the alternative path for .NET 3.5 framework. Press install. So at a time we are installing .NET 3.5 failover clustering tools and failover cluster automation server in node 1. Once it is successful, we can do the same in node 2. Yep. Installation has been completed successfully. So once you reinstall the .NET framework, one of the best practices is restart the PC. Now go to node 2 and go to settings here. Go to CD network and just browse, select Windows Server, click OK. Now open Server Manager, add roles, click Next, Next, Next. Select .NET 3.5 framework, failover clustering, expand remote tools. See this, it is a drive or same drive or not. Yeah, same drive only. Click OK, press install. Installation has been successfully completed on node 2. Close it and restart the PC. Now open the document. So Active Directory, reverse code, disability, firewall, all this has been completed. Join node, domain firewall, install .NET 3.5 up to here 13th point. we have completed. So partially, like we have installed this one also 14 has been completed. Only this create virtual hard disk in node domain and assigned to node 2 and node 1 has been pending. Okay, now go to DC, create virtual hard disk. We can use this as for quorum purpose. So I am assigning only 1 GB quorum. So 1 GB is enough for that. Give the node to IP address 10.0.0.2. Press OK. Next, next, finish. Okay, now I'm going to create a 20 GB hard disk. First disk 25, 30. So why? Because I'm to differentiate myself for myself. Okay, 1 GB, 25 GB, 30 GB. Now I want to go to node 1 here. Now go to node. I would like to show one thing here. Go to services.msc. See, Microsoft Ice Initiator service is manual, right? So now what I will do here, I will go to here, click Ice Initiator. See, the mic is not running. If you press S, just go and refresh here. See, it will turn as automatic. We need to make sure that it should be always automatic for Ice Initiator service. Now go to 10.0.0.50. Go and quick connect. We have connected. Press OK. Now go to disk management, computer management. I am selecting quorum here. Quorum next. So default 64-bit. I would like to keep it as now 25. Next. E drive. Default 64-bit. F. default 64-bit. Next, okay, yeah, we have successfully configured hard disk in node 1. If you see here, single hard disk is there. Now I want to go to do the same in node 2. Now click on tools, click on ISKC initiator, click yes. Type the SAN IP address 10.0.0.0.50. Now click on tools, computer management. Click on management. So make sure that is same partition format 40 that it is. Select NTFS default 64-bit. We need to see that. Okay. Select format NTFS default 64-bit. Click OK. Now come to F drive. Format NTFS default 64-bit. See, we have successfully configured drives to node 2 as well. So we have completed this step as well. Connect to ISKC initial, we have completed this one as well. Now we need to install failover clustering feature in node 1. This one we have also has been completed while installing .NET 3.5 framework. So this one is also has been completed. Now we need to install SSMS node 1 and node 2. Just copy this file, paste it in node 1 and node 2. Select SSMS, select run as administrator. Select run as administrator in on SSMS in node 2. Install. Go to node 1. Still it is in progress. Go to node. SSMS has been completed in node 2 and node 1 as well. Click close button. Open the documentation. 18th step is also has been completed. Now we need to install standalone SQL Server 2022 with this name, okay, in node 1 and with this name on node 2. Now let's copy the SQL Server 2022 in node 1 and node 2. Copy and paste it in. Now go back to the node 1. You can delete as of now. SSMS is not required. Select SQL Server, right click on the select mount option. You can exit this Windows drive, not required. So select SQL Server, right click on that, select run as administrator. Select installation, select new server standalone installation. I just open the documentation and I'm copying this name. Select developer edition here. And next, select the accept the license and terms. Proceed to next. Uncheck this box. Proceed to next. Select database engine, SQL Server replication. So apart from this, no any service is not required. Press next. Select browse. Select entire directory here. Okay. Now type administrator@abc.com. 1, 2, 3. Type administrator ABC. Check names 1, 2, 3. Select this one as a man automatic. Select automatic. Okay. Select this box grant. Next. Add current user. Press next. Install. Now go back to node 2. Select virtual image mount. Setup. Select as run as administrator. Select installation. Use server standalone installation. Select developer edition. Next. Check the box. Proceed to next. Database engine. Replication. Proceed to next. I have named it as SQL 2022 Hyderabad 02. Okay. Give the service name. So administrator of abc.com. Check names. Okay. Type 1, 2, 3 password. Select automatic. Now come type administrator of abc.com. Press check names. Give the password 1, 2, 3. Now select automatic grant volume. Press next. Add current user. Next. Install. So installation of standalone SQL Server on Node 2 has been completed successfully. Click close. Now go back to Node 1. On Node 1 is also has been completed successfully. Click close. Now go to configuration manager. Select SQL Server to configuration manager. Now go to SQL Server native network configuration protocols. Here named pipe is enabled and disabled. Enabled it. TCP is also enabled, disabled. Enable it. Now go back to service. Now go back to services. Type here restart. Now go back to the node 2. Type config. Go to SQL Server Configuration Manager. Select network configuration. Select protocols. Enable named pipes. TCP/IP. Go to save services and try to restart. Now go back to the node 1. Type here SSMS. Select node 1. Completed. Select node 2 here. Yeah, we have successfully connected to the using SSMS for both instances. Do the same from node 2. Press connect. Connected to the node 2. Here node 1, node 1, 0, 1. We have successfully connected to the both instances node 1 and node 2 like from node 2 machine. Okay. We have successfully completed 19th and 20. Now we need to proceed with this one. Okay. We need to enable always on feature on both instances. Before we proceed this, we need to validate the cluster. Before enabling always on feature in standalone instances, we need to create the cluster and validate. So go to the node 1 here. To build the cluster, first we need to click on create cluster, add node 1 comma node 2, click add. Next, so type win hyphen cluster. Here I uncheck this IP. This is the private IP address 25. Uncheck this box. Later we can add it. So I have successfully created the cluster. Okay. So this is the cluster. So currently all nodes are hosting by node 2. So I need to validate. See, I know that everything would go fine. That's why I create the cluster and validated. Actually, I have to validate the cluster. If everything goes good, then only I need to build the cluster. So I'm coming in reverse since it is my home lab. But in the real time, first you need to validate the cluster and then you need to um, create the cluster if everything goes well. So validation has been successfully completed with few warnings. Okay, that I mean that doesn't mean like we can is this good enough for us? Okay, we have successfully built the failover cluster. Now I need to add the storage. Expand storage disk. Here add disk. I'm adding all three. No, I'm adding only quorum disk. Later I will add this. Okay. Now go to this more configure cluster quorum. Next, select quorum witness. Next, disk witness. Select next. Select the disk. Yeah, distance is cluster disk. Now go to disk. Here you can add remaining disk always. Okay. Now click exit here. Now go to configuration manager of node 1. So select SQL Server here, always on. Select this feature, click apply, click OK. We need to restart this. Now meanwhile go to node 2, open configuration manager. Select always on, enable this, click apply. Restart. So as of now, we have completed these two steps and we need to proceed with the 23rd. Okay. As of now, we have enabled always on feature on both standalone instances. Now, I would like to configure always on in for node 1 and node 2. Expand this always on. Meanwhile, create a database with a name. Any name is okay. Now I am creating with AO. Let's take a full to meet the prerequisites. Now go to always on, create a new group, press next. Here give the name like like give name text here. Click next. Select the database. Proceed next. Replica node 2. Both should be asynchronous. If you want read only, select read only. As of now, it is not required for me. Press next. Okay, and press next. Next. Yep. Configure successfully. Click OK. Primary database has been successfully configured. Go to replica. Both are joined successfully. Now go to dashboard. See, always on health is good. Now go to now I need to install failover cluster. Okay, in node 1. Now go to node 1. Click on mount. Here set up with run as administrator. Select installation. Here new SQL Server cluster installation. We are going to install SQL Server on top of Windows cluster. Select developer edition here. Next. Accept. Next. Next. Here SQL Server L20 2201. So I don't want that. I just use that SQLife underscore cluster 01. You can okay. So I need to remove this one. Okay. I'm using cluster disk 1. Node 2. Select IPv4. Here you can give 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot 0 dot 100. Type 123. So here I cannot change it here. Okay. Paste it here 123. Database engine is also I'm not able to get it. It is protected by the cluster. Okay. Press next. Add current user. Next. I'm going moving to node 2. So once initialization has been completed, here I will proceed with in node 2. So let's wait here whether uh, we have successfully installed cluster on node 1. Now I am closing this window. Now I am moving to node 2. Click on installation. Here add a node 2 SQL Server cluster. Click on that. So we have adding node, right? So we will get this information. Just we need to give that IP or we need to give the password. Apart from that, we don't get anything. So IP is also got selected automatically. So next, grant value 123 123. Proceed to next. We have successfully added the node 2 to the cluster. So if we install one more cluster with new server cluster and we move to the node 1, and in node 1 if we add a node to SQL Server cluster, it becomes as an active cluster. Why? Because one instance is running on node 1, another one instance is running in node 2. So just that is also installation part, so I'm skipping to that. Okay, I'm proceeding with the next. So I'm opening SSMS here. SQL cluster -01. This is where I just select as authentication, and now we will connect it. We have successfully connected to the SQL Server instance, which is deployed on the cluster. So now we will see how to configure log shipping, mirroring, and replication. Now I'm going to create a log shipping. So create a new database with name log shipping. So now I'm just going to create one folder in C drive, and I'm naming it as a backup. Copy. I'm creating two more folders. Okay. Uh, in sorry, one more folder in copy folder. Okay, so all the backups will be copied into this folder in node 2. From here it will get restored on the instance. So I'm going to share this one as well. So click create backup. Node 1 backup. Log.bak. Log data, we need to take the main log backup as well. Click OK. Now go to restore instance, restore database, click device, give the backup, click OK. Now relocate. Here option restore with no recovery. Press OK. So we have successfully restored on the database. Now go to log shipping, properties, here transaction logs. minimize this. So enable this job, click on backup settings. So where the backup folder has to be, so node 1 backup. So we need to give the local backup as well. So I'm going with the default backup. Click OK. So click add secondary instance, click connect. So now connect the secondary instance. Here I'm telling I already restored the database. Click on copy. Give that go to node 2. Copy this name. Go to node. Give that paste that. Sorry. Copy. Standby mode. Disconnect. Okay. Press OK. Press OK. Yeah. And go and refresh it. Have successfully configured log shipping. Okay. Now log backup. Execute the log backup here. Successful. Now go to secondary server. So I'll run the copy job and run the restore job. See, the log shipping has been successfully completed. So both jobs got completed. See, the database has been changed to standby read-only mode. Okay, now do the mirroring as well. I'm creating a database with mirroring. Now take the full backup. I'm using same this path. Slash mirror.bak. I'm taking the log backup as well. And now go to restore the database. Click. Now with no recovery, press OK. I have successfully restored the database. Now go to mirror properties. Click on mirroring here. Configure security. Press next. I don't have any weakness server. Select no. Proceed next. Next. Connect. Next. Next. Finish. Start mirroring. Yeah, mirror are successfully configured mirroring. If you go and see principal, and if you see here mirror synchronize and restoring. So I have successfully done mirroring as well. Now need to restore with the go with the replication. Go on restore. select device, click add here. Select the database, click OK. Now restore options. I can restore with the recovery only. Click OK. Now, so I need to make this node 1 as a principal and server. Go to replication, configure distributor and replication. Next, so node 1 will act as a distributor. So snapshot folder, distributor. So node 1 and distributor condition. Yeah, I'm done. Now go to replication database, type SA. Okay. Now just just I want to create one database replication. Okay, no problem. So now go to publications, new publication. Next, next, select transaction replication. Next, person dot address. This is I want to transfer. Next, uh, next, run. I want what are the agent permission, username and password having for the SQL Server agent. Use that same account, and that is what I am telling to the snapshot agent for this. Select OK. Next, next, trans. Press OK. So I have successfully published transaction replication. Now click here. Now new subscription. Run all as distributor. Push I want to configure. Here I need to add subscriber. Node 2. Select replication database. Click next. Click OK. Next. Next. Finish. Have successfully configured subscribers as well. Node 2. Okay. Now see that agent is working or fine or not. Yep. Softener was generated. Now log reader agent. See one transaction got completed. Now go to replication. Refresh it meanwhile. Go to tables. See person dot address got created automatically. If you see here, so all the records got delivered successfully. So this is what exactly what it means. So have configured replication as well. So as of now, I have created, I have shown the log shipping, mirroring, replication, always on, everything which is part of high availability and disaster recovery. So I have successfully completed everything in on Windows Server 2022 along and with the SQL Server 2022. All are the latest products only. So if you have any doubts, and let me know. So I will try to give the all the ISO files in one of the media or Google Drive. so that you can download and practice. So better you comment your email ID on the comment description box. Okay, I hope you may like this video. Thank you.